Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Randy Prizzle's Lincoln Ting with me, Randy Prizzle. Yes, I got a new stand and everything, so it's looking a lot higher and everything. So, testing this stand out, seeing how it goes. You're going to be seeing some shadows in the background, all of that. You know what I mean? Doing the spooky stuff, ghost effects, and that. Call you. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Anyways, let me stop waffling on. As you can see, I'm wearing my Arsenal shirt, as Arsenal did win, obviously in the midweek Champions League game against Real Madrid. My first love, North London forever. Whatever the weather, these streets are our own, and our heart will leave you never. Anyways, yeah. But let's get on to it. Big up to the man, them, you know what I mean, Arsenal guys who did it. First love and all that. But we're here for another general, hopefully, finding a love of mine, which is the linking and the tinging. So let's get on to it. Sky. Sky says typical Sundays, beach. It's good to do the beach settings, get out, just chill, good vibes and all of them, ting them there. Yes, man, sunny days on the beach. Sunny days, sunny away in a hot time of the summer days. All of that. Do you know what I mean? So it's good to just be on the beach, chilling, feet are out, walking in the sand, and just feeling the vibes. Everything like that. She's 32, she's 5'5", and that's all it says there. She says, my most irrational fear, spiders. So now hear it. Spiders, they do the creepy, crawly stuff, I said. But for me, I'm not afraid of the small ones. Man could squish them. You know what I mean? Literally. All over for them. It's all over like the Lisa Mafia song for them. But I do think like big spiders, when you go to Australia and that, I'll avoid like the plague. You know, I'm running. You know what I mean? Doing this scaredy girl stuff, putting like a skirt and all that. I'm out of there. Get me out of there. I become a celebrity in that. But anyways, next thing we're coming to, she says, I go crazy for matcha. Now listen, I have tried matcha before. I'm not so on it. I'm a bit comme ci, comme ça on that. Don't really know whether I'm coming or going with it. But there's some days it taste okay, and other days it tastes a whole lot of crap. So that's my general thoughts on matcha. But above all, Sky does seem like an okay chick. But you know what I mean? So she's still figuring out her relationship and all that, which is a bit mad still. You kind of need to know about this period of time, don't you? Yeah, I mean, but then, you know, but because I'm having some doubt, it's going to be a no for me. We come to cats. Cats. Like Cat the Luna and that. I mean, wind up, wind up, wind up. Oh, yeah. Cat says, the best way to ask me out is by suggesting a pub. Now, pubs could be crammed. Obviously, if they're football fans in there, it could go a bit mad. But obviously, if they're Arsenal fans, do you know what I mean? Then it could be okay. I love to go to a pub with a gal who supports Arsenal or is a fan of my club. That's a big bonus for me. We're going to get along just fine. Be the Mary J. Blige song. I know, man, my life's just fine, 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 fine. You're going to make it all fine or great in that. Well, listen, pub settings sometimes, obviously, the drinks aren't as cheap as they used to be. So I probably wouldn't avoid going to a pub. Obviously, if man had payday, then I could go to the pub, spend some money, and do all of that. I don't have a problem spending my money. But obviously, then, if obviously I don't have the money at that period of time, it's just gonna go no down. No down, no low down, like the D-Lo Brown stuff. Fortunately, you're looking at the real deal now. Bing, bing. So that's what it's going to be. But she's 30, she's 5'7", and that's all it says there. She says, you should leave a comment if you're free next week. I believe I am free next week, Kat. I believe I am free next week. But she is quite tall, head generally reached the neck area of hers. But we'll see what more she's saying. She's a pretty girl, but still, you know what I mean? Yeah, I need to find out more. She says she's weirdly attracted to hands. My hands aren't that great, I'm not gonna lie. I do have the bad habit sometimes of pinching my, skin. Because obviously if I get some extra skin, I like to do a little bit of the, all of that off it. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a bad habit of mine. Yes, I know. Probably need to get that checked out in terms of where I'm just moving mad with it. But still, I just see extra skin and I just go to town on it. Don't ask me why. It's just one of those things I was doing as a kid. So, you know what I mean? And I don't know why. So, yeah. But yeah, Kat seems like a pretty girl. But hands things kind of throw me off. Do you know what I mean? So she's willing to do stuff with her hands to me, then fair enough. Do you know what I mean? No complaints there. No problemo and all of that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, there needs to be a little bit more substance. And yeah, so it's going to be a no for me for Kat. We come to Lucia. Lucia says, which event should we trot? Rewind. When the crowd says ball, selector. She says, which event should we time travel to? Early 70s London, ancient time in Lesbos. Says none. We encourage vintage aesthetics below vintage values. Probably the 70s London, you know, see what it's like. Before the groovy era and all of that. Do you know what I mean? Hippies and that running around, holding hands, hugging trees and that. Do you know what I mean? Making love in fields and that. You know what I mean? So yeah. Next thing she says, I thought I recently had in the shower. Can I make my voice sound like Tom Jones with this reverb? It's not unusual to love with anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. I guess, is that close enough to Tom Jones for you guys that I've done? Probably a no, probably a yes, but it is what it is there. She's 34, she's 5'3". That's all it says there. What more she's saying? She says, let's make sure we're on the same page about kindness, communication, respect. I'm here to find meaningful collections, possibly long-term, depending on the person. Really not into one-night stands, and there's lack of political awareness. So she's not really into the one-night stand like the Mystique song, you know what I mean? It's dumb and the DJ playing in our jam, my one-night stand. She's not into all of that, do you know what I mean? It's just fine, you know. Sometimes just don't know people like that, just get into bed and just moving mad, you know. No J Holiday settings for her and all of that. But anyways, what more she's saying? Listen, the communication things, respect, and how to find meaningful connections. I hear all of that. You know what I mean? You know, you kind of got to go with the flow and see what people are saying though, and find out people have that je ne sais quoi, where you're obviously going to be able to form it all together and turn into a good mesh. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, you're lighting s'mores on a fire and that, and just seeing how it just melts away and doing that. You know, melting the heart and all of them ting them there. Tell it to my heart, tell me I'm the only one. But anyways, what more she's saying, we'll get along if you never touch my belly button. She has a problem with someone touching her belly button. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Listen, I don't do the belly button flicking thing. I know some people like to do that stuff, but I find it a bit weird. I like to do the flicking of the nips and that. But anyway, so let's just move on to the next thing. Do you know, if a man gets cancelled on this, do you know, say too much, then say, hey, you're moving like a madman you are. Do you know what I mean? Doing all this mad stuff. Do you know what I mean? Talking about all these stuff that's on the X channel and all that thing. But anyways, apart from all of that, fortunately for Lucia, she just doesn't do it for me. So it's going to be a no for me. We obviously come to Gianna. Gianna is saying, 2 truths and a lie. I am learning Italian. I have scored a try at Twickenham. I am a twin. Probably the Twickenham thing, I probably would say something. But obviously, if I get to message her, I probably wouldn't know. You know what I mean? She probably wouldn't tell me anything like that. She's 35. She's 5'3". She works at a blood cancer charity, doing the give blood stuff. I hear it, man. It's good to give blood for people who don't, you know. It's nice to obviously go out there and give blood to people who need it. Do you know what I mean? So have you given blood? No. I think I've given blood to doctors and that when they need, obviously, to see what man's got in his system and all of that. You know, he's got to get it out of my system. The Bow song and that. You know what I mean? So they always have to check and see, man, is all good. Check it before they wreck it and all of them things and that. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, it says the next thing she's saying, together we could eat, drink our way around London. I love food and tequila. I do love food too. Glorious food, all of that. Do you know what I mean? Good food, trust me. You know what I mean? Come round obviously to London, you got a lot of spots around here, a lot of places to go, a lot of things to see, a lot of things to eat and that. Do you know what I mean? So food is great, enjoyable, great times, good eating, all of them settings there. So food, good love of mine. Tequila, I've only had tequila a couple of 3 or 4 times. And sometimes it's bitter. But you know what? If the right people are around, I can take a shot. The next one we go with. She says, my simple pleasures, spending time with friends and being active, doing CrossFit. Says mooches around art galleries. I love live music, so always down for a gig or festival. So man don't do the live music thing, you know what I mean? Unless, as I said, so artists I generally really like or generally want to hear. Do you know what I mean? So obviously Craig David, man, them like that, you know what I mean? Monday, took her for a drink on a Tuesday. We were making love on Wednesday. And on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, we chilled on Sunday. Craig David, Kano, people like that, do you know what I mean? So that's generally the people I would want to see. I mean, there's obviously more, but I can't even name off the top of my head, but you know. But unfortunately for Jana, I just don't think we would vibe, get along in terms of when she does all this, you know, going around art galleries. As I said, don't mind obviously if it's a graphics art gallery, you're seeing graphing and all of that, but seeing some switch on the wall, forget about that. Man ain't got time for none of them things. That's not art. That's BS. I'm not talking about Paul White and that. It's just BS. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we're going to move on from Jana because it's going to be a definite no for me. We're going to come to Miss. That's what she's named herself, Miss. Excuse me, Miss. How you doing? What she's saying, the one thing you should know about me is I prefer my steak well done. Listen, I hear it. I prefer it just before well done. Just a slight line of pink, slight line, you know what I mean? Got me on the front line, slight line. Do you know what I mean? So people saying, oh yeah, rare and all that. No. Allow it, medium rare, all them things. Listen, how you like steaks, how you like steak. Don't serve me any medium rare or any rare or any of them one, them nearly well, whatever. I want it nearly well done, nearly. That's the new one I like. Do you know what I mean? Because it's the bit, you know, you just get the meat. Yes, that one. But anyways, she's 25, she's 5'2", she's an accountant. What more she's saying? Says dating me is like finding an extra chicken nugget in your McDonald's. Listen, man boycotts McDonald's, so just all I've got to say there. So forget about that. You know, chicken nuggets, cool. If there's obviously a place that does some chicken nuggets that are great, cool. You know what I mean? Chicken nuggets, not really my first love. First love is general, just chicken. You know what I mean? Just chicken. Give me chicken any day of the week. Yes, man, we eat that. So yeah. She says, worst idea I've ever had, trying to peel a banana with my feet. Yeah, probably a bit of a mad one. You try to use another banana with your feet, then it may have gone quite well. You know what I mean? It may have gone quite well if you try to use another banana. But anyways, for another place and another time, isn't it? You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Going down, baby. It's mad. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Listen, she's put all her goodies on display. This girl, obviously, I don't know what she's here for. It looks like she's just trying to draw, man. You know what I mean? In terms of where it's not with a pencil and a paper. Do you know what I mean? She's literally on here looking, trying to find maybe literally the Mystique song. I want night stand. All of that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you know, seems like a good looking girl, but there's so many, you know, I mean, layers and stuff on display that I don't know if man could take that girl seriously, to be honest. Because she just could be all over the gaff. Do you know what I mean? Gift gaff and that. So, yeah, allow it. Gonna be a no for me. We come to Lauren. Lauren is saying, my simple pleasures, the first sip of tea, salty holiday skin, late night drives, smell of grass after rain, fresh toothbrush, head poshy, picky bits. So she's Corinne Bailey Rayleigh sings, oh, put your records on, yummy, the favourite song. Running through the fields and all that, you know what I mean? Ponies and them, ting them there. But she's 32, she's 5'2", she's a journalist, which does the reporting and that. I hear it. She says, all I ask is that you don't own an electric scooter. Well, listen, I think sometimes there's some reckless people on the roads. I'm obviously not one of them. I do still own one, but I haven't ridden one for like about a year and a bit, so, and it's kind of broken and I don't really know what to do with it, so it's just kind of camping there. Do you know what I mean? Gathering dust and all that thing, but I do need to get rid of it somehow, some way. Over the rainbow, it needs to go. So yeah, just two truths and a lie. I'm Maya Jama's cousin. I used to be a synchronized swimmer. I once had a little chat with Jeremy Corbyn. I think the Maya Jama one could be lie, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to just have a clear look here and see if she can kind of look like my Jammer. maybe there's some small resemblance. Don't want to obviously get that in the screen there. Copyright and all them ting them there. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll give Lauren a like. I mean, the field ting is a bit off-putting though. Still, yeah, actually, the field ting is off-putting, so it's going to be a no for me. Yeah, running through the field tomorrow, it's going to move mad. Come to the last one, Caitlin. Caitlin says, I'm looking for someone to enjoy both spontaneous adventures and lazy days with. She's 30, she's 5'5", she's a senior programs manager. What more she's saying? The happy place, the beach. So that's going to the beach. More people just love the beach, don't they? Sun's out, it's just time to go and just beach it, innit? Beach. So yeah, she says, my love language is quality time. I hear it. Good to have some quality time, go out and about and everything like that. But unfortunately for Caitlin, she just doesn't do it for me. So it's going to be a no from me. And that's it, guys. We've come to the end of this episode of Randy Prizzle's Link and Tea. If you're feeling this episode or any of the previous episodes, you know what to do below. All of that. But you know what I usually do here when I finish? But before that, subscribe to your boy. Check out the channel. Tell people I'm mad, crazy, off hinges. Your boy Randy Prizzle is. Do you know what I mean? But big up for the love. The first people showing it. And people, seasoned veterans who's been watching everyone. You know what I mean? Somebody's watching me. All of you. Do you know what I mean? But yes, you know what we usually do here when we finish? Link out. Link out. All of London forever. Whatever the weather, these streets are a rolling counter. Yes.